Alright, so let's talk about my second most anticipated movie of the year. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I absolutely love this franchise because of the chemistry between its main characters and just the visual spectacle that they put on. And I've got to say that this one delivers a lot of what I wanted and what I liked, I really enjoyed, and what I was disappointed by was not enough to overcome how much I enjoyed the overall movie. I'll get into more of that later, but let's just start off with the story, which is pretty simple. It's a new heist. They have a new foe that they're trying to expose, except now, since it's been quite a few years, nearly a decade since the last one, they took a little bit more time setting up. They don't have the same repertoire. They had to play catch up a little bit, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the new inclusions to the cast with Justice Smith, Ariana Greenblatt, and Dominic Sessa, who, again, may I add, was my favorite part of the Holdovers. So seeing him here was even better because he really did shine in this movie as well. And I just really liked how those three interacted with our original cast, especially with the return of Isla Fisher. I thought that was a nice little return, and it made it kind of fun to see them back and all back together. So, the nostalgia factor of it all, and just the greatness that is movie magic meeting the magic tricks of this movie, it just makes for a really well knit little story that I really enjoyed and is one of the better ones of the franchise. I really enjoyed the story more than the second one for sure. And it's just a step below the first one, just because the first one made the Horseman seem so mythical. And the more time we spend with the Horseman, it kind of loses the mythicism behind it. But that's okay, because I like the characters. So, story-wise, I'm giving it a hand grenade score. Now, cinematically speaking, this has a lot going for it. There are some really cool sequences. There are many, many cool sequences that the amount of cool sequences in this film really surpass the number of the previous two kind of combined. But what this movie has in sequences, it lacks in its one grand major set piece. I don't think that this movie really has a grand set piece the same way that the other two have, especially the second one. The second one definitely had a lot more focus on one major set piece, and then the rest of the movie just kind of build around it. In the card scene, in case you're wondering which one I'm talking about, which I don't think you would if you've seen the movie, but this one doesn't really have that one standout sequence. It just has a lot of really good ones, and it's just a little underwhelming in that point, especially since they don't really emphasize the score as much in this one, and I really like that Now You See Me score whenever the Horseman pulled the trick. And I just really enjoyed the feels and the vibe, just the feel and the vibe that gives during those reveals. And this one's kind of missing that. But again, the chemistry of the cast, the amount of sequences, and just the overall vibe of the film is still really solid. And so I will give it a hand grenade score still. Moving on to the directing, I think Ruben Fleischer actually does a really good job of taking this franchise that has had multiple has had multiple directors before, and gave it his own flavor. And I did really enjoy what he did with it, especially some of his transition shots when they're introducing new locations. That was amazing. I loved that part. And I'm really intrigued to see if we get another sequel, hopefully that isn't 9 years away. Like this one was from its predecessor. I just really enjoyed the franchise and these characters, and I just want to see more movie magic. I legit grabbed a deck of cards to start practicing some tricks. Yeah. Directing, I'm giving Ruben Fleischer a hand grenade score as well. Now, the cast. Oh my goodness, the cast. They were all phenomenal. Isla Fisher, Jesse Eisenberg, Dave Franco, Woody Harrelson, Ariana Greenblatt, Dominic Seiza, Justice Smith, as I mentioned earlier, like they all meshed together really well, and just the way they split up and like took the roles, it was just so entertaining. I just really enjoyed that, and I would love to see another movie with all these characters back again. And I just love how they brought pretty much everyone of importance back, and especially Morgan Freeman, who I do kind of wish he played a larger role, but I do understand why he wouldn't. But yeah, hand grenade score for the cast, just because I don't want to get into too many details about that, because there are some surprises that I was not ready for. Like, just a lot of the surprises, I guess, because it was like a fingers crossed kind of moment. But yeah, hand grenade score, expectations and experience. This was about what I expected, and I had really, really, really high expectations. And the experience was great. It was fun. I really enjoyed this franchise. And I just really love all the tiny little teases and nods that they have. And I just want to see more in this franchise. I hope we get more in this franchise. It'd be dope. But that's pretty much it. This is a certified hand grenade movie. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on Now You See Me, Now You Don't. If you've seen it or now you're planning on seeing it, subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I will leave you guys to it. Until next time, bye.